But
oh shit, it fits 2 frame. Okay, I've never done this before.
Oh wow.
We good now.
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, like I was saying, Errol can have his way in that fight. You know what I mean? Very, very easily. And the fact that, like, Errol, that's his. Like, we gotta understand that he coming in. Like, that's his ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Shawn Porter's gonna be coming into his house. So Shawn Porter's gonna have to press the fight, because if he just sits back and let Errol dictate the pace of the fight, it's gonna be real easy for Errol. It's gonna be a sparring match, and Shawn gonna get beat up very badly.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's gonna get beat up very badly anyways, because he's just disposed to put himself in positions that's gonna expose him, because he has to press the fight. And I just don't think he's gonna get away from them shots. Like he's not that skilled. Like Mikey Garcia's a far more skilled fighter. That's why he didn't get knocked out. But like Shawn Porter's gonna get knocked down for sure, at least.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Shawn will get knocked down?
I think he's gonna get knocked down.
He's never been stopped.
I'm not saying he's gonna get stopped, but he's gonna get knocked down though.
Wow.
Like, I think the fact that he's gonna be off balance. One thing I noticed that Errol does, he'll step back. Like, he know how to get out the range of a fighter. Like, he can take a half step back, boom, and shoot that left hand. But he really didn't use it on Mikey Garcia that much. But I think that being that Shawn Porter's gonna continually try to be in his grill, he's gonna force Errol to get off. And in those moments is where he's gonna get caught with a lot of like punches that he's not gonna, like punches without warning that he's not gonna expect that's gonna come at him. Like I think Errol will probably evade, and then he'll know that I gotta shoot something at so this motherfucker will stop coming in my comfort zone. And in those moments, in those instances, is where he's gonna get caught with punches that's gonna hurt him. Like, it's gonna be very easy for
You were talking about the differences in skill set and Shawn Porter's strengths versus Errol's strengths and weaknesses. Before I cut the camera on, you were talking about that.
Oh yeah, Errol's strength is he's very sound and technical.
Mm-hmm.
Like his fundamentals are like, it's like old school boxing. Like he's very sound, very fundamental. He has very good punching power, and he's a big welterweight, like extremely big. Just his stature, you know, in comparison to Shawn Porter, like he's much bigger. And Shawn Porter used to fight at 160, I remember.
165.
Yeah, like he was, like come from being a football player, but like I guess everything in Texas is bigger, because that's a big boy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Spence is a big boy, but his skill set is just it's eons greater than.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not taking nothing from Porter. Like I like him as a fighter. Like he gonna bring action, but he has his best assets are his conditioning and the fact that he's gonna keep coming. He's gonna be like that football team who's getting 3-4 yards of play, but it's a 30-play drive.
Mm-hmm. Like they
just wore you down for that 99-yard drive. It took 15 minutes to get the ball in the end zone, but damn, they got it there through penalties and all. Like, and I just don't think Errol provides that much room for error. Like he's gonna be, like Shawn's gonna be pushing the line of error, pressing the line of error, trying to make his way, trying to, you get what I'm saying, trying to push through that, penetrate him.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah, you making a great point.
He's gonna be pushing pressing that line of error. Like, do I really want to come in here and really like ignite him? Because it's like we saw real good Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, but the fact that I don't think Errol at any moment felt as if he was going to lose the fight or he should be in that much. He never felt like he was in imminent danger. But Shawn Porter's going to press that line of, and he's getting in my comfort zone, so he's going to force
Errol.
He's going to force him. He's going to force his hand. And I think when he does this, he's going to get some fire put on him. And like I said, that's why I say I believe.
So Errol won't succumb to Shawn Porter's pressure?
No, if anything, it's going to make him greater.
Wow.
I think he's about to open up like a side of Spence that we've all been waiting to see. Like, we know how great he is. That's why we keep pressing for him to fight Terrence Crawford, because we want to see like, man, we know this is the man, but he got to go through him.
Sure.
Like, nah, like, don't think Porter don't want to be that man, because he really do. But in behind the politics of boxing and promoting the fight, like, he knows.
Who knows?
Porter knows.
Porter knows he can't win?
He knows what he up against. Like,
he knows what he's up against.
Yeah, fighters know, man. Like, you can't, you know the guys you need to be, like, aware of, and you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he was done. He's a fighter. I'm not going to call any fighter scared of another fighter because, man, you didn't have so many rounds of sparring and you didn't been dazed so many times and came back and been on the canvas and came back and had headaches at night and said, I don't want to do this, question your ability to be in the sport, and came back and kept fighting. So you're not scared of really no man, to be honest with you. Although I don't really mess with heavyweights because they hit hard. But you're not scared of no man, so I'm never gonna test his heart. But he knows that he's facing somebody that's on another level. Like, you know that. Really?
Like, yeah. If Earl is a 10, what is Shawn for the comparison?
I would give him a solid 8.
Solid 8.
A solid 8. But in boxing, like, the difference between an 8 and a 10, the difference between an 8 and a 10 is miles. Like,
really?
Mayweather fought a lot of 8s, but we seen how he made those 8s look.
Like Marquez.
And them guys are
Roberto
solid.
Guerrero.
Them guys are solid.
World champion.
Are solid 8s, but you see the difference.
Okay.
And I think we about to see that with Porter and Spence. I think Spence gonna show us just how much of a 10 he really is in this game in his era, against the best of the best. Like all that stuff Shawn and his team talking, like, that's cool. That's for promotional purposes, though. You know, because they have to sell a fight. You know what I mean? But because really the fans want to see Terrence Crawford and Spence. Like pretty much he's a consolation prize. Like, you know, Porter's a consolation prize. But
he has a belt too. That's another reason as well.
Yeah, but you know, the consensus say that we still want to see, you know, Spence and Crawford. You know, but not go ahead.
Break down it. You got questions for me? Or you got? Because I'm always asking you questions.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you? How would you? You were talking about Shawn. You talked about Errol Spence skill set. Talk about Shawn Porter's skill set.
Like I said, his greatest assets are his unwavering determination to press the fight, and his condition is up there with some of the best. Like, this dude gonna bring the fight. He can punch 100 times around. Not saying that all his punches gonna be effective. Not saying that everything's gonna be useful, because a lot of it's gonna be wasted effort. But just the fact that he's applying the pressure keeps you mentally busy enough mentally that it can cause exhaustion, which can lead one to make mistakes if you're not careful. But as far as like mentally staying on top of a game plan, I don't see, he's not a guy that I'm going to be afraid of mentally making adjustments in a fight. He's more so a one-trick pony. He's not going to show you too many styles, as I've been able to like analyze in his fights. Like, he's going to be a one-trick pony. He's going to come at you. He might give you a few angles here and there, but as much as punches as he throw, he should have more guys on the ground, more guys knocked out. It's just busy work. He does a lot of busy work, you know, to score.
It's like a secretary when the boss comes around.
Right, look busy when it counts. You get what I'm saying? Although he's busy at all times, but if I got a fighter that's throwing 100 punches around, I'm gonna ask him, why haven't you got this guy out of here? How can this guy absorb 100 of your punches? Let's just go percentage-wise. On average, a good fighter like that, level B fighter, if you throw 100 punches, those kind of fighters land about 30% of their punches, right? Sure. 25%, 30% of their power punches if it's a good night. If you throw 100 punches around and you land 30 power punches, I'm gonna say, how is this guy absorbing 30 of your power punches? If I know a guy throws that many punches, I'm gonna work on his punching power in the gym, because your punches you're gonna have to be more effective with all these punches. So a lot of times, why I say he does a lot of punching, not that it's effective, but I don't think he would want to press that pace with Earl, though, because Earl stays strong through the duration of a fight, and to exhaust yourself this much, and you know you got 12 rounds ahead of you, that's scary. because you don't want to get in deep. You don't want to get in deep water with a guy who's still punching hard in the 6th round, 7th round.
Yeah, because he stopped Kell like in the 9th, 10th, or 11th, somewhere in there.
He got punched. He carries his power, man. Like his frame is built for that. Like you can see when you look at his. I was taught to just assess a guy physicality. You know, look at his hind, see, oh wow, he got a nice, not to be no homo, but oh man, this dude got a good butt. Like he got power. He has wide feet, like his base is wide, like oh man, his shoulders is wide, his back is wide, oh man, this dude possesses some punching power. Like these are the type of things that I was taught to assess when I just look at a person, even if they don't know that they have this ability. I'm looking at that, and those are the things that when you look at Spence, this is what I see. Dude has a wide back. Like his power is there, and like he's shown it to carry power. So I'm not gonna. If I know a guy like that, I'm gonna be reserved in my power, and especially with my punches, because I know that hey man, this dude he's here for the long haul.
Gotcha.
And I gotta be mentally sharp. But back to a few more of his strengths. Just the fact that he's diligent in his efforts. Like he's a very committed fighter. Like I'm not gonna take nothing from Porter. He's not in his place. He's not where he's at for nothing. Like it didn't come by luck. It didn't come from having money behind him, then placing him there through easy fights. No, the dude don't run from nobody. He comes to fight every fight. He's calling out the names, and he's taking all smoke. Literally like, and he's showing that he deserves to be up there with the best of them. But I just think on that night, what is it, September 28th?
Yeah.
Like Spence is going to show why he should be called the best welterweight in the world. And I believe that he's going to prove it.
So you think, to give the fans an analogy, it's like the big brother fighting the little brother, because the little brother always got the big engine, and the big brother is just keeping him at bay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's definitely going. But this is a little brother who got a point to prove though. So,
gotcha.
I
feel that too. Go ahead. No, I feel like Shawn Porter knows the whole world. No one's picking him to win this fight.
Oh, of course not.
9 out of 10 media members. I mean, people gonna lie and say, "Oh yeah, I picked you," but no one's really picking. No one's going out on a limb to say Shawn Porter's gonna beat Errol Spence. So he knows that, and he knows that maybe he's better, and he knows that he's becoming boxing darling. Like he's next up. He's supposed to be the one to replace Floyd Mayweather. He's the mega star. Canelo's calling him out. 154 pounders is calling him out. So he knows he's up against maybe the business of boxing and actual Errol Spence skill set. And I know he wants to upset the apple cart, but when he gets in there and he gets hit with that straight left, coming throwing them naked hooks, them lead hooks, I think that's gonna be his detriment.
It is. His style is his very strengths are gonna play against him.
Gotcha.
Because it's gonna leave openings for Spence to take advantage of.
Yeah.
And like if you fighting a guy who really doesn't have all that much power, like you can make those mistakes. Like those mistakes won't look so deadly, or they won't be so like it won't be so much consequences to those mistakes. But like,
good word.
You can't make those consequences with a guy who can punch. Like, Spence is a puncher. Like he's like he doesn't have too much. When I look at him, he's not a guy that's gonna be appealing to the eyes like a Roy Jones. Like you looked at Roy Jones fight, you like, man, this dude can do it all. Like Spence is just no frills, just straight up coming to kick your ass. Like, and I'm gonna do it methodically. Like
he's boxing one-on-one on steroids. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. Like all the fundamentals in which you learn, it's like he's an exaggerated form of that. Like
Tim Duncan.
Right. Tim Duncan, right.
Hall of Famer, 5 rings.
Exactly. So,
you know what I mean?
It's gonna be a tough night for Porter, if not a short one. If
really, that's interesting that you say it could be a short one, because I see him getting frustrated too. I see that I can see Shawn getting frustrated, and I can see Kenny getting anxious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's funny you mentioned that, because I was gonna say that's gonna be part of the detriment, knowing that he has so much weight of his father up on his shoulders. Like, you know, we talked about this, son. Do this, do that. They might have a meltdown in the corner. You know, because it's one thing to see it from the outside, but it's another thing to actually be in there. Like, man, that's not working, man. This dude's not giving me. And then, like I said, man, getting hit. Tyson said it, man. Everybody got a game plan so they get hit. Like, it's a total different ball game when you get touched, man. Like,
how will you know that Shawn Porter basically just wants to get to the end of the 12th round? What tells? What signs?
Oh, I've seen this a lot.
I know, that's fine.
And I tell people, look out for this. When you know a guy who has detached himself from the fight and what's going on in the ring, a lot of times you'll find it in the clinch. When a guy's in the clinch and he look up in the middle of the arena to see how much time is left. Guys do this a lot. That's telling you that they looking for a way out in the window to jump out of. And a lot of times guys they do that. Once they do that, I know, oh, the fight over with. Like, or he start looking over to his corner, or he starts spitting out the mouthpiece, trying to suck up more after taking a big shot. Like, or, you know, still might be days. Like, this is when you know it's over with. Like, when a guy doesn't, his zeal he's lost his zeal. His zeal been zapped out. But usually the first sign is in the clinch. He'll start holding and he'll start looking up at how much time is left in that round, because he's just trying to get through the rounds. One thing about it is when you in that ring and you having fun and you dissecting a guy and you like it's getting interesting. It's just like having good sex. Like, you don't want it to end. Like, you like, oh man, damn, the bell rang. I almost had him. Let me go out and do it. Like, you'll be hated that the bell. Them 3 minutes it seem like they're going by slower. When you really when you start turning the fight and you start having fun.
Faster.
Right, those 3 minutes to start going faster. You get what I'm saying? But you'll notice these telling signs. Like, usually the first one is, like I said, when they clinch and they start looking up to that.
Can you feel him when you're in a clinch, and can you feel his head looking up at the clock?
You kind of, even if I don't see it, if I've never seen it, like, you can feel it.
Sure.
You can feel it with the way they punch. Like, they just punching to defend. They not punching as in an offensive manner to try to hurt you. They're punching to defend, just to try to keep you at bay or to buy time. Like, you can feel a guy's energy when he's disposed to trying to knock you out, rather than just trying to survive. Like Errol, he'll get that. Like, if he puts Shawn in that position, he'll know, because he has a killer instinct. Like, his style is like built around that, getting the guy out of there when it's time to get. Like, he has a killer instinct about him. Like, you know, he's a lion in the jungle. You know.
Gotcha. What percentage
in 1 mile,
is
keep
it? Like,
left to
is it
stay
70
on
30s,
Interstate 110 north
80-20,
towards
60-40?
Hollywood.
How's this fight?
Right now I would see it as a 70-30.
70-30.
Yeah, 70-30. I was gonna say 65-35, but you know, I just got a little bit more faith in Spence's skill set. Like, another thing I was taught, and I made a lot of money betting people like this. The guy who can do more things is the guy that's gonna win. You know, you just look at a guy's skill set. This man can do X amount of things versus this guy's 1 or 2 things. Like, the guy who can do more things because he has more weapons. You know, it's like a gunfight. If I got a 22 and you got a 9,
like the first person video games. Yeah.
Right. Like, I better be a good shooter, and I better have something to hide behind, because that 9 is fully loaded, man, and them slugs hit different. So, you know, Spence has he has a wider variety of skills than Porter. You know, and I heard Porter say something in one of their conferences. You know, oh, so you can box? He asked. So you?
Oh, he asked her.
Like, man, I haven't been an Olympian member for nothing. Like, you have to know how to box to be that far up in the amateurs. Like, you know, you have to be able to appeal to those who scorn the fight. You know, because you're not knocking everybody out. You know.
You're right. Especially in amateurs.
Right, you just not. Like, you know, a lot of times they
don't want you there. They
kind of prevent you from knocking the guy out. They'll come and get a guy 8 count, or make you, oh, you can't shoot your punches right there, and So, you know, Earl is, you know, he's the epitome of everything you want to see if you're a trainer. You know you got the one. Like, I'm not sure. Was Derrick James with him the whole time?
No, he got him a little bit later.
Yeah, whomever his trainer was, I'm quite sure they was pleased at knowing that I go to the gym every day to train this kid. You know, because he really is like that. You know that if you was to design something in your mind that you wanted, like he was him, kind of like a Tyson was to Customato. Like you know that this kid is fully committed to what he's getting to and what I'm getting to. You know, it's like a perfect marriage, a perfect union. You know, and not to say that I'm taking anything from what Shawn Porter and his father has done.
Just spilling your truth.
Yeah, that's I admire that. You know, what they've come to and where they gotten at, but you know, that night's going to show that, you know, all the talk that y'all Porters is doing, man, you know, it was for promotional purposes only. Promotional purposes. You know what I mean? That night we're going to see entertainment, skill, real boxing at its best. You know what I mean? Right. So tune in, everybody.
Now keep left to stay on Interstate 110 North.
And this is my trainer. I should have said that at the beginning of the video.
I'm just a poor man from Compton.
I guess I'm a poor man from Harlem.
Yeah, but what do you think, Freddie? What do you assess the fight as? You know,
I have it a 70-30 fight, but now I think it's more 75-25. Just because I believe Earl really wants to beat his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just my humble opinion between him and his dad. In my humble opinion, I haven't spoken to Earl, I haven't spoken to Shawn. I'm not going to talk to the Porters for this fight, but I think Earl just wants to beat Shawn ass and have his father pick him up off the canvas. Like, you know, no, for real. No, I mean that sincerely, because if you say,
that's a hell of a way to put it.
If you the things that Kenny has said is not like, okay, we're gonna beat your ass and that's it. It's kind of attacking his character.
No, yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, say you're gonna beat a man's ass, you beat a man's ass, yada yada yada. But
they've taken it out of the realm of boxing.
Taking it out of the realm of where it should be.
Yeah.
And Earl doesn't talk much. Earl don't.
Nah, yeah.
He's very like orthodox, would you say? Like, does it the right way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just who he is, you know. You can even tell that his facial reactions to the press tour, he was like, right. When's this interview over? You know what I mean? When's this interview over? You know, so
let's get back to business.
Let's get back. I just want to go train and just knock this dude out.
Yeah, right.
And then get closer and closer to Terrence Crawford or 154, wherever his goals are. You know, so I think it's getting further. I think the more the Porters talk, the further and further the fight is getting away from him.
No, yeah, definitely, because they're losing focus on what's really the task at hand. You know, in that ring, for how many ever rounds the duration of the fight may be, all that talking, that's not what we came here for. We came here to touch each other with these fists, and you know, that, you know, these fists that happen to be, you know, padded with a little bit of, you know, covered with a little bit of padding, but it's still gonna hurt, you know. So, like you said, all that talking, they just getting further and further away from the real goal, which is trying to win a fight. Which I believe that they know that they're so far from, that again, they'll use the talking as a promotional tool, you know, because that's the only thing that's really keeping people relevant.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, the consistency of the real fans, the real boxing fans, we want to see Terrence Crawford and Spence, you know.
My hands still smell like my wraps.
Oh.
I took a shower, and I'm like, damn, my hands smell still. That shit stay on there all day
You're a gym
long.
rat. You're a gym rat.
No, I ain't no gym rat.
You're a gym rat, man. You've been grafted in, man. You've been grafted into the boxing world, man. You're a fighter now, man.
Oh, okay, I guess so.
Take the exit on the right toward all downtown
but I think that
exits.
Earl's gonna make him pay. In my humble opinion, Earl's gonna make him pay.
Oh yeah.
And
it's gonna be fun to watch.
It's gonna be fun to watch because it's gonna be done where it's pretty on the eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
Holly Berry walking by you with grace. It's like, man, she didn't give me her number, but I enjoyed talking to her.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right, just seeing her.
Just seeing her. You know what I mean? Not none of them
Didn't even look my way.
Didn't even look my way, but these arrogant city girls don't get no play.
Take the
Right,
exit
right.
right toward all downtown exits.
So I think that's what it's gonna do, man.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be real good, man.
Mhm.
I can't.
In
I'm actually
500
tuned
feet,
in
take
to
exit
this
22
more
on the
than
right
probably
onto
any other
9th
fight
Street.
in recent times.
Well, it's in our hood too.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
of course, that too.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah, I definitely want this fight to do well so more fights can come, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it would do
How many pay-per-view buys you think it'll do?
750, 800. How many did Pacquiao and
They did 5.
yeah. Well,
No,
yeah.
no.
You don't think they'll do 7?
Hell no.
No.
If they do 7, damn.
No, well maybe
I think Earl got 250 in his pocket.
maybe I
Now
went
take
too
exit
far up,
22
not
on the
knowing
right.
the climate of the
Pay-per-views is a lot different now.
Yeah, it is. Like,
Remember how when you were in your teenage years, I was in my 20s. Pacquiao fighting, million pay-per-view buys.
definitely.
Floyd fighting, million
Easy.
pay-per-view
But
buys.
I just had to I had to think that all these different streaming
Yeah.
companies and people.
And we get to fight for free now. We have the option. If we're
Yes.
home by ourselves, we don't have to order the pay-per-view
Yeah,
anymore.
so
we can
yeah,
get the stream. You know what I mean?
I forgot all about
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? But yeah, well, given that, you said they did 750 or 500.
500. So I think
Oh, they'll probably do slightly under that.
yeah,
you
half
know.
that.
Yeah, because
300,000.
Pacquiao alone, he brings just so
Mhm.
much.
Yeah, I don't think Shawn brings people to the fight. You know what I mean? I think Shawn is like, I want to see Shawn fight the best because he's gonna give
He gon-
maximum effort
Yeah, and he's gonna make the fight appealing.
and make the fight with his aggression.
Right, like fans are gonna say, "Damn, who was this guy?" But before seeing him fight, they gonna be like, "Who is this guy?" And then when he fights, they're like,
500
"Wow,
feet,
I'll
turn
come
left
see him
onto
again."
South
Yeah.
Monroe Street.
Whatever their ticket cost, $100, $150, it was well worth it because
Yeah.
that dude gonna bring it. Even
Sure.
if he laying out, on his shield,
Uh-huh.
and his father's coming to pick him up.
Now turn
they gonna
left
say,
onto South
"Man, that dude,
Figueroa Street.
he gonna gain your respect. Like he's a fighter.
He's a fighter. He's a fighter.
He's a fighter.
He's a fighter. I just wish that he would have added a technical coach to his camp. If he would have added, it's too late now. Maybe a little bit too. I don't know how much juice he has left in the tank, but I think if he would have added like a Roger Mayweather when he was in his prime to teach him the offense of the game,
Right.
I think that would have helped him greatly. But now I think it's a little bit too late. He is who he is. Maybe he can do it for a round, maybe 2 rounds, and then he's gonna go back to, the Porter pressure as they call it.
Right, and that's why I said I'm not.
Oh, beyond me, we got to stop there. On the way back.
And that's why I said I would never be concerned about Porter. His ability to adjust or to make me feel like I'm mentally like inferior in a ring with him. Not talking about his intellectual abilities, but his boxing IQ.
Sure.
Because like I said, he's a one-trick pony. He gonna pressure, and that's what he's gonna work off of. But when it's time to make adjustments, like a guy like Mayweather, a guy like Canelo, a guy like Juan Manuel Marquez, a guy like Bernard Hopkins, those guys, if I was in the ring with them and I feel like I'm doing something good, I'd be concerned that it's only going to work good for 1 round because I know these guys are going to adjust.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't give me that kind of fear if I'm in front of him because I don't think he's registering exactly what's taking place. To doing all things with understanding. He's not that kind of guy that, to me, I haven't seen him being able to, utilize that kind of skill set. Like I haven't seen that from him.
Makes sense. I understand exactly what you're saying. All right, sign off. We'll come back and do another one.
Definitely.
Yeah, you got to give me Instagram. I should introduce you.
Instagram.
Only half the people gonna make it this far now. Shit.
Right.
Fuck.
If you still tuned in, Instagram is ElSupreme88. That's EL_Supreme88. Most of the times I'm just, sharing videos or lives of me training people like Fred, some of my clients. And I know y'all tuned in to Fred. He's one of the one of the hogs of the city, man. Like I said, he's a gym rat now. He he even had to notice today. Yeah, he got the smell of the hand wraps on his knuckles.
No, I'm like, damn.
But yeah.
But yeah,
Shout out to Barbershop Conversations. Click the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done so already.
Facts.
More content to come.
More content. We're gonna come back on the way back. We're gonna do another video. We could talk about another topic.
Definitely. Thank you, brother.
All the time. So they gonna want more of this shit. So if y'all want this nigga in your corner, make sure y'all hire this nigga as y'all trainer. All y'all pros, up and coming pros, need an assistant, need a lead trainer, hire this nigga. He's training a pro, right? Can you say who you training?
Yeah, I'm helping Anthony Sam Jr., the magician.
The magician. He's in Anthony Sims' corner. So all you pros out there.
And check that brother out, man. He's
coming. He's coming.
He's like a hidden gem.
He is
He's a hidden gem.
You gotta say that shit.
And when he comes, when he really breaks away, it's gonna be really good for the boxing world in its totality.
Yeah.
Because we need guys like him, guys that's charismatic, guys that got good heart, guys that can actually fight, and guys that's gonna bring the fight. You know, old school boxing taste to a style, and real unique individual. So check him out, Anthony Sims Jr., the magician. He'll be fighting real soon.
Appreciate y'all.